Everybody, it's Victor. It's time to Eden Run here. The Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance Plus series. Happy Saturday, Mosh Pit. We did have another video crossing 3,000 likes. Now only 3 away from the first ever like streak goal of the new era. Thank you very much, everyone, for all the support. And like I said, thank you to everyone who came by on Tuesday's stream. It was a good one. Here's your meme of the day / picture of the day / tattoo of the day, submitted on the Invicta subreddit by Mr. Winkle. Title thread was Isaac Tattoo, and then in the thread they said, what better way to honor a game you've been playing for over 10 years than to permanently put it on your body? This is just the first session. Invicta, I started watching you over 6 years ago when my son was born. With a newborn, I wasn't able to play my favorite game as much as I would have liked, so in an effort to fill that void, I found you. Thank you for everything you do for this little community you've created. I look forward to watching your videos every single night. Thank you, Mr. Winkle, and congrats again on the on the newborn, who is now 6 years old, obviously, and also killer tattoo. The artist did great. I already commented on this on the subreddit. It did great. Once again, we get Abyss, Juliet November, Juliet Whiskey, Foxtrot 7, X-Ray Delta, and we have kitty ears. Great. Great. I did not mean to use the lover's card there. Not that it would have mattered. We've got good damage to start with, and we got C Dizzle, but unfortunately we don't have any Red Heart retainers to get any of his kisses, so I guess we're just going to have to wait on that. But we start with Abyss again, which is kind of a little strange, considering that we just had an Abyss run not that long ago. You know, Abyss is, for all intents and purposes, Abyss is fine. I think it still can carry you very, very well. Not like Epic Fetus, obviously, but I would consider it a carry item. You know, it gives value where there's no value. If you have an item that's just particularly not good or doesn't give you the stats that you need or want, you can at least turn it into something that at least deals damage. Unlike Void, though, which gives you random stat ups, this one does not give you any stats. But if you manage to get enough flies, you'll be able to pretty much nuke everything in a room, especially if your proc rates are high, which I don't believe that the Locust proc rates are. I don't think that they're affected by luck. I could be wrong. So we're going to be looking mainly to get as many Locusts as we can with Abyss. You have the first one here that's slowing Locust from us slurping up large Zit. So on proc, it will slow down enemies by a fair margin and deal damage at the same time. So then you need to hone in there on Dookie. There goes Dookie. Get an HP upgrade, which I will take. And I would love to get that other Soul Heart there if we can. Need a Bomba or enough money to buy one. So not a terrible start here stats-wise. Our movement speed is very bad. Our shot speed is kind of bad. Hey, we got a Lover's card back. Well, it all kind of worked out, I guess. Curse of the Lost. Going to last week's question of the episode, coming in from Sea-Dog. Once again, the most frequent question submitter as of this year so far, anyway. Sea-Dog says, question of the episode, what do you find more valuable, golden bombs or golden keys? Golden keys by far. It is nice to have golden bombs because you're guaranteed the secret doors, you're guaranteed any and all tinted rocks, yada, yada, yada. But keys can lead to bombs most of the time. Bombs can't always lead to keys. Does that make sense? That's how it is in my mind anyway. You know, like we can use a bomb and get a key out of, like, say, a tinted rock or something like that, or maybe there's one that's trapped behind rocks or something similar to that. I got stuck on the rock there, speaking of rocks. But I do think that keys are just more valuable overall because you get a golden key, especially because you can get those golden chests. You can get into locked doors that could give you other stuff. Okay, this is where our lack of movement speed is starting to catch up with us here. Oh, I can't turn down Anima Sola. I can't. And plus, to be honest, we just had an Abyss run, so I'm fine with this. Anima Sola is a vastly, vastly better item than Abyss. And again, it's not to say that Abyss is a bad item. It's just an item. If I had a choice between two, I'm taking Anima Sola 100% of the time. It's that good. We also got one Abyssal Fly out of it, so, and it's a useful one. It's crowd control. Doesn't do a lot of damage, but yeah, I just don't want Abyss. Now, if we end up getting School Bag, that'd be the ideal scenario here, because then we can get Abyss and Anima Sola, and that is a very powerful combo. So let's go check out, now they have a Bomba, let's go check out the shop, and yep. Just gonna buy the Soul Heart here. Anima Sola, if you don't know what it does, it's the Tainted Jacob unlock, and it's extremely powerful. Oh man, extremely powerful active item, which will freeze anything. It will freeze the closest target to Isaac, and hold them there. But you can prematurely unchain them if you'd like. If there's just no reason for you to hold them, or you just needed it to kind of create separation or whatever have you. And Anima Sola is great. It deals it doesn't deal any damage, but it does allow you to, like, for example, the Burning Gapers, you're able to freeze them and they will just simply burn away. They cause damage to themselves. The Burning Claudius don't actually take damage from fire, which still doesn't make sense to me because it's meat. Like, how can meat not take damage from fire? That doesn't make any god dang sense. But that's also Isaac. You see Dizzle. We can do stuff like this, which completely immobilizes Gemini. I'm going to use my bomb form. Just make things a little bit smoother. Remember, we don't have a great amount of movement speed or DPS, really, so... Gonna wait for Anima Sola, pop that. Laugh as Baby Gemini can't do anything. We get growth hormones, which is a fantastic upgrade for us, and we will not be taking the Devil Deal. So, yeah. And for, I believe, the third run in a row, we've had Curse the Blind on 4-3. It feels like it's been 3 runs in a row. I don't know if it's totally accurate or not. I'm sure the Mosh Pit historians will correct me. So, once again, we are just going to skip the blind items here. Now, the last time I did see this on... when was it? Tuesday's episode? Somebody said, how come you didn't use Abyss on a blind item? And the answer is simple, because I don't know what I'm voiding. I don't know what I'm abyssing. The main detractor of me using Abyss on a blind item is that it could slurp up more explosive locusts than I would like, because they do have a chance to hit you. Now, that being said, it's a low chance. It's not like taking Ipecac on a blind item or something like that, but it's just to exercise caution. You know, taking blind items is not really what I do. If at all possible, but obviously there are some circumstances that would call for me to use or to pick up blind items if we're that desperate. Which right now we are not, and in that run we also were not. Slow down the fat Isaac there because I don't want him spitting creep at us. You see just how aggressive you can be with Anima Sola. Then just take your time with the enemies. You can usually pick them off before they even get a chance to act. If it's just a solo enemy in a room, you can just freeze them, and that's that. It effectively just locks down and eliminates at least one target per room, if not 2, depending on if you have the 9 bolt or not. Secret room's probably there. Really? Surprises me. Let's separate the clown physics champions here. Wow. Okay, game. It's gonna be like that, huh? Doing a non-animated shot. Okay. Look, you're the one who gave me Anima Sola game. You can get mad at me all you want, but at the end of the day, it's your fault. I would have stuck with Abyss if I had to. We have 8 keys, and we'll be looking to try to get a soul heart in this next room or a bomb. Obviously, we're not going to be binding. We're not going to be buying blind items, and there's neither. All right. Half price key, but good slow there by the Locust. Huge slow. And it's going to be Pestilence. So, on top of a blind item floor, we also get a Horseman. For no reason. Just by luck. So, which means we're going to get an Orbital, which are actively bad. As opposed to Abyss, which is not actively bad. I still stand by my decision to take Anima Sola, though. Anima Sola's value cannot be... It cannot be evaluated like other items, because you're getting the hidden value of being able to freeze enemies every room. So who really knows exactly the intrinsic value of having Anima Sola? Like how much does saving you from one hit per enemy? If we go off of a value system, as a monetary value system, we can reasonably say that we'll say every hit would be a 5-cent cost to replace, based on the normal price of a soul heart or a red heart, which would be 3, but let's call it 4 cents. How about that? It's right down the middle. So on average, every hit that you would take would be 4 cents. Right, that you would have to theoretically, hypothetically replace, should you find a shop and you needed the soul heart or the red heart. Okay. And every time you use Anima Sola, that's one less hit that's possible for you to take in any given room. So that's 4 cents per use, is how I'm evaluating this. Right, and then think about how much money you would accrue based on that. If we go by that logic, you'd be taken care of for a while. Good freeze there by Anima Sola. The Horse Spell, I wouldn't mind PhD. I know that the Super Secret Room's here, so I'm going to move the stone chest to the south. How do I know it's there? It's because I've seen this room a million, billion, trillion times. If you want a further technical explanation, it's because there is a flat wall with no obstruction, right? And then you have this sort of arrow-looking pattern here. There's obstructions, obstruction, obstruction. They make a triangle. If we were to hit all sides of these, you would just walk over here. Here's the peak right here, and then going over to the left side, and that would come up to a point that points directly down towards the secret room. Those are the quote arrows that I talk about all the time. Like this one here. Imagine this boss trap room was not here, and this room bisected 2 other rooms on either side of it, on top and bottom. you would have this room making a very obvious arrow pointing straight to this. And sometimes this room does have a secret room attached to it. This time around, the map drew a boss trap room instead of a secret room, though. But you can even see that would be double confirmed here. And it could still be a secret room there, now that I think about it, because that was the super secret room that we just got. So... Eternal Heart, we'll take that. Yeah, that's definitely the secret room. That's double confirmation on that room. Cheeky little hits in here on Lust. She's not going to be able to do anything. Down she goes. One bomb would get us at least 6 cents, but we have no bombs, which has been the running theme of the day. Not to be confused with the meme of the day. We do need more of. It's been pretty light. It's been pretty skint on this Invictus subreddit for memes lately. So in other words, if you come up with a meme that's good enough and not gonna flag anything for copyright, chances are you're probably gonna get it seen on the next upcoming episodes. Waiting for the charge there. The red heart. Another red heart. All this is doing is just giving us more firepower to get that demon judgment. All the way the hell down there. Also, where's our item room and shop game? Just like to point out the fact that we've gone everywhere and still have not seen nary a sign of it. The Diglets are actually the more dangerous ones in this room, not the NASA worms. Eden's Blessing I will take for the Tears upgrade alone. About time we got another stat upgrade. There we go. Oh boy, these shops. It's definitely worth it, game. You know what we could do? We could do this. And, yeah. Kills everybody. So I'm going to say that the secret room is definitely there, and it is. And that's going to give us access into the boss trap room, which will be a giant joke here with Anima Sola. Kind of hoping that we're going to see the 9-volt soon. We had normal damage here, we would have been done by now, or even like just a non-fancy gear effect. So Frail, you need to chill. You're coming out the gate way too hot. I hate the fact that if you freeze Frail, it still fires off just infinite tears until it's dead. We are going to play this Judgment here. Luckily, there's some hearts much closer than those other hearts up there. Might as well get some flies here while we're at it. Okay, and it looks like the game's gonna make us go all the way up there, so yeah. So far it's not been great. We started off okay with the HP upgrade and growth hormones. Eden's Blessing is obviously going to give us another item to start tomorrow's run, which is a little unfortunate because it's a challenge. It's going to be a challenge run for random run day, but I mean, hey, look, got to play by the rules. That's just how it is. That's how the mop flops. Hey, that worked out. Roid Rage is going to give us a much-needed movement speed upgrade. Also contributes towards the Spun transformation, which is now sitting at 2 of 3. And I really should have blown up that Charge Beggar in the Super Secret Room before coming in here to maximize our chance to get a double deal, but what can you do? Thank God we got this movement speed upgrade, because, man, that would have been not great. Especially against Yellow Champion Chub. She is a menace. Another movement speed upgrade. We're good on speed. I think we do use the... we're going to lose our Locust, and Ball of Bandages, but we're going to gain Devil Deal items here. No, we didn't lose Ball of Bandages, and we got 2... Well, my Shadow's good, but Shade is just not. It's just not even going to take it. Sorry, C Dizzle, but we weren't really using it anyway. If you're wondering how come I didn't take my Shadow, it's because it deals damage. Deals damage when I don't necessarily want it to sometimes, and it's just kind of a useless item. If you can make it to where you have like just a banger run with only my Shadow, then please let me know. Show me the YouTube video, because I'd love to see it. Oh, we have or not my Shadow, Shade. My Shadow, on the other hand, is a very, very strong item, and excellent in greed. It's excellent if you have it. It's actually totally broken if you have it combined with the Sigil Baphomet. You are just immortal. Because every time one of the Shadow Grubs dies, it triggers the Sigil Baphomet trinket effect. So it's constant and instant shields. Oh, wow. There's another skeleton hand. Okay. Batwing there. I forgot to pick up the... forgot to pick up Petrified Poop again, but... Batwing is a trinket that occasionally will give us Lord of the Pit. That could be useful. You never know. I thought that was it, to be honest. The Batwing, of course, it also reminds me of Ozzy. Very sad day for the music world. The last couple episodes were before the news of his passing. There's a reason why I didn't talk about it, because he was still alive. But obviously very, very sad. Ozzy was a huge inspiration for an unlimited amount of metal fans and bands, and you know, Metallica wouldn't be around if it weren't for Ozzy. Metallica has had the biggest influence on my music and my interest in music. So it's sad. That's one of those celebrity deaths where it's like, yeah, this one stings. This one hurts. Sad to say that I never got a chance to go see Ozzy live. I've seen a lot of his live shows, but never in person. Had a profound impact on music. And I said this on stream on Tuesday when the news came down. But you know, I personally am not a huge Black Sabbath fan. They have a couple of great songs. I'm just, for me, classic rock is classic rock, and it's not necessarily my favorite genre. Ozzy's solo stuff, I followed great interest. Gosh, this damage. Damage is not good. We need to get some significant upgrades here. We're not in a good spot. Even with Anima Sola, we are not unbeatable here. Use a bomb and a key to get the stone chest. Get a range upgrade, which is something we definitely needed. Try to get a cheeky little poison there with halitosis, and we were able to do that. But I mean, it's just, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Voodoo Head, it's too late. Now the soul of Lazarus may be our ticket out of here. Two keys for 6 bombs, which is a great ratio. Oh, good. Oh, and it's green bloat too. That's just super, super awesome. How in the world did the creep go that far, dude? Wow, I thought he was... Why did Anima Sola target the eye down there? What the hell, dude? Float was way closer than the eye, Anima Sola. Need to get him down on this side of the screen. That was pretty awful. And we get more HP. All right. All right. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Going to take Voodoo Head willingly. I don't know if it retroactively works on the current floor. We have not entered the curse room yet. But we're going to find out together. I don't even mess with that judgment. It's just not worth it. Okay, one key for 2 bombs, which again is another great payout there. Guppy's tail. We have plenty of keys, so whether or not that was influenced by Voodoo Head, who's to know, really? Unless you play the seed and go into that curse room first, and then you can let me know. So it's a Guppy item. We're only 1 away from Spun, which you probably will never get. We still can't get a solid devil deal. And, yeah. All right. Need some damage upgrade to your game. Immediately go into a dead end, and the only way we could have gone, that was the wrong direction. As on brand as it can possibly be. Everything is just combining efforts to hit us this run. A refund on our HP there. Get him, Grubs. Get him. There we go. Shadow said "Humph" to that one, and we get the item room, Acid Baby, and the shop, which is starter deck. Blue diamonds. Well, we might as well just put as much money back as we want to in the donation machine, as this will be the only shop we will be seeing on this episode, unless if something drastic happens with damage. I mean, we're sitting at almost a 30-minute run. And we still haven't gotten to Mom yet. I feel like we're probably not going to see her before 30 minutes. Yeah, especially if we keep going in the wrong direction. I gotta go in the curse room, though. Gotta get some value out of Voodoo Head. Even though it was half price, we still need to get some kind of something out of there. And again, who's to say that we didn't get Guppy's Tail by way of the byproduct of having Voodoo Head? There's only one way to figure that out, and that's to just do the seed again. Okay, we'll get two soul hearts. Start. Make it 3 or 4. Feedback from the stream was very, very positive on my plans for the future of the randomizer app. Everyone is on board with the idea of keeping the website free forever. But if we do, and we get approval from Ed, if we do get approval from him to be able to make the app and put it on the App Store, then we'll be charging for the app itself. But it's a one-time payment. It's only $3 is my plan. And I came up with a number with 3 because I'm going to take Book Shadows. I came up with a number of $3 because it's $1 each to me, Alex, and Bryn Mawr. But again, I stress that the website will always be free. And I also have more plans to share with everybody. I showed it off and talked about it on the stream on Tuesday. The biggest one being that I'm real tempted here. It would re-roll. Let's see here. We need something, man. We can't have another 16 item run. I'm gonna re-roll Book of the Dead, and let's see what we get. If it all else fails, we still have the Book of Shadows or Anima Sola to help us out. Yeah, not great. I think we actually went in the opposite direction of good. It re-rolled the floor. I thought it only re-rolled what was in the room. Huh. Well, never mind. I guess we have the Book of Sin. Definitely re-rolled it. I'm gonna stick with the Book of Sin, though. Did it re-roll the shop? Did. I will take blue candle. You know what? Wooden cross is fine. Okay. We at least have blue candle now. Black powder. Black powder is great. Everybody knows I'm a big fan of black powder. But in the terms of re-rolls, that was not a good one. Found the secret room though. But at least we came away with a hard carry item, which is blue candle. If you can accurately, wow, it's not there either. I give up. One game, I give up. Yeah, if you're accurate enough with blue candle, it absolutely is a hard carry item. Perfect opportunity for us to draw a circle here, even though our movement speed is doo-doo. Black powder, if you draw a circle on the ground with the black powder on the ground, it will make a pentagram, which hits air and it hits everything. It's great. Very great item. The Holy Mantle, it's fine. Got blocked by the rocks. I mean, it's a 33 minute mom kill, and we just got blood rights, so yeah. Yep. We had a strong start from last weekend, but man, it's really going out with a whimper here, July. These runs have not been the greatest, man. Outside of, obviously, again, the Epic Fetus run was kind of an outlier this week. It's not been phenomenal. And this is just one of those runs that just kind of feels like it's just going on and on and on and on. Nothing really exciting to get, or nothing really to get excited about. We were definitely better off before we D100. Before we D100'd. D100'd. The reverse strength card, which is not going to do anything for us. The reverse temperance machine, which I also will never be using. Great. Good. Our backup, our ace in the hole, is going to be the Soul of Lazarus. Hopefully, we just never have to use it, but who knows at this point. I mean, we're going off with just double default damage, and that's about it. So, my hopes are not high for this. But again, if we have one saving grace, it's the fact that we have blue candle. At least blue candle mitigates the need to have a large amount of on-paper damage, base damage. We are not fast enough for me to try to use black powder offensively here. Yeah, that was an accidental circle, and it worked out for us. Keep hitting every single rock right in the way. Vasculitis is also a big problem too. World card. Party time, excellent.
The world.
Let's go into the secret room and figure out what we got going on in here. Take out the keeper, so we have maybe a sniff at a devil deal. That's not bad, I hope. At this point in this run, I wouldn't hold your breath. Good damage there by Blue Candle. Okay, Loki. This Loki down here needs to stop spawning ads. So Vasculitis will fire off random red tears when you kill an enemy. And it's problematic because it's very, very, very hard to tell in the heat of the moment what is a... like that right there. It's very hard to tell exactly what is a friendly here and what is not. And they're both red and they're both moving at speed. It can be dangerous. So yes, if you stop and look at them, they do have distinct differences, but it's not enough, in my opinion, to differentiate the two. And it's the reason why Vasculitis is bad. It causes you to take damage, even if it's just once. It's the problem of the product being the product it is. And in this case, Vasculitis contributing to the visual doo-doo and also shooting tears back at Isaac, which are the same color as enemy projectiles, especially death rattles, can absolutely be more harmful than good. Get Rogue Rage for the second time of this run, and we do get a damage upgrade here. The pentagram. I'm gonna take Sack Dagger as well, and I'm not gonna take Pound of Flesh because it's actually terrible. And another Curse of the Blind. At least we got the pentagram. It's gonna give us some damage. I don't know why we're getting all these double bosses here. Got the double circle going on. I mean, hey, at least we got one of the two old items back. We definitely needed the range and the movement speed. See, I didn't even see that shot there. I couldn't tell if that was Vasculitis or not. My eyes are never on the target that I'm trying to fire at. My eyes are always on the next target that I'm not firing at, but I'm preparing to, if that makes sense. We'll definitely do another eye tracker like Street goal soon, but not for this next one. So we got the tier list, which is coming up next, and then after that, I already have the second like Street goal on the way. And I think what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to just remove the like Street counter, or not remove it, reset it to 0 every time we get a new like Street goal in the new era. Make it seem a little more meaningful when we do actually get a like streak, instead of seeing 400 something or whatever it is now. This is not good. We've taken way too much damage on this floor. Way too much damage. We almost got hit there because the Vasculitis tier moved at the exact same speed that the death rattle from that mulligan did. Whatever that was. It's tears rate, man. Play defensively here with Blue Candle. Get a clean kill on Mom's Heart. We get one more chance for a Devil Deal, and it's Krampus. Yep. Yep. So we don't get another Guppy item. As to be expected. We did not get Spun. And we didn't even get Lump of Coal, man. Ugh. Yikes. We are in it now. Normally I would totally just be skipping right past Gluttony, but it could drop us HP. And since we don't have Polaroid Invincibility, we need to get as tanky as possible. Very sad that we did not get to keep our Tears upgrade, the only one that we had in the entire run. And I honestly don't know if that means that we're still going to get Eden's Blessing for tomorrow. Because we re-rolled out of it, it may not process until after we're, until, you know, if you, like, you have to have Eden's Blessing when you end the run. Wow, 3 Soul Hearts in a row. Holy. Might be the greatest confessional booth ever. Yeah, our luck is only 3.71, so it's not like it's obscenely high. You're blocked by Sack Dagger right there. You're a dodging machine in that room. So that got us down to Polaroid Invincibility, which is exactly what I wanted. That's the only thing I wanted. We'll give away 2 Soul Hearts back there. Not know you were up here. Would not have gone with that move. What's up with the Lokis in this run, man? In a way, I do still wish that we had Anima Sola or even Book of Shadows. But just imagine the situation that we're in currently without Blue Candle. Yeah, we definitely would have taken a hit on It Lives. The bomb lamprey flies aren't actually the danger in this room. It's the mulligans. Okay, we're gonna try to sneak in there and just get a black candle or a black powder circle immediately on Isaac. See what we can do. He was gonna do that as soon as I was trying to reposition myself with Sack Dagger. I knew he was gonna do that. Good block there by Blue Candle. We've given up way too much HP here. All the HP we got from the confessional booth is gone now. Isaac's only just past halfway dead. There we go. And 44 minutes later, we're going to the chest. I mean, it's hard to not call this one a crawl episode. It really is. Dude, screw it. We need damage. That's the level of desperation we are at, is we take guillotine for damage. You're seeing all the mess that Vasquelias is going to make. This room is going to be fun. It's actually one of the most dangerous rooms in the entire game if you don't have the range. Only we had some kind of piercing shots. And no, it's not worth the risk of getting in there and trying to use blue candle. Not in a freaking horde like that. You're gonna get popped long before you can get that blue candle shot off. All right, well, we got through it. We going the right way? Did we actually pick the right direction for once? Because that would be a merciful end to this otherwise pretty doo-doo run. Guillotine does give you a damage and range upgrade at the cost of visibility of where your body is, because Isaac's head turns into an orbital, and if you play this game long enough, you know where to expect your tears to come from and use the relative position of your head as, hey, there's my hitbox. Well, it doesn't work like that anymore. The reason why Guillotine is mostly doo-doo is because of that, but it does give you a significant damage upgrade, I will say that. It's a big price to pay, so there better be some kind of benefit to it. There's this one big debate over here. Daddy RNG here. Stick to the edges of the room. And yes, you can deal damage with the orbital that you have from Guillotine. Wow, 2 quick wick mega troll bombs. Just to make sure we didn't have the wooden cross. Okay, game. Didn't even get 9 lives for it. That one was the direct result of Guillotine, and we are pissing away a lot of HP here. I don't know what just happened. Did we accidentally use sharp plug? The rooms that we've been getting on this run in this chest are hellacious. They're terrible. It's amazing that the only damage we took in here was from me accidentally using sharp plug of all things. Oh, good. I got stuck on the corner and I couldn't see where I was because of Guillotine. Just get me out of this run, dude. Oh my god, they do exist. We do get chests in the chest. Amazing. And also amazing is that we've done a complete full Isaac circle. So this is the danger of doing full clears and the reason why. Yep, there it is. Unbelievable. This is the reason why I get so annoyed and also very weary of doing full clears and running into every single dead end that's possible on a map. Because it prolongs the inevitable. And the longer you're on a floor, the longer you're in a room, the higher the chance is of you taking a hit. And in low life situations like we're in right now, and low DPS situations, we cannot afford to take hits. So it's really awful that we got hit with a double Isaac circle on the map. Been looking like Phantump over here. I guess I should have taken Jelly Belly. That may have saved us a hit or two. So it was all one big debate. We were not going in the right direction. And we're right back to square one. I'm going to lose my mind if it comes down to the Soul of Lazarus. I really am. But of course, it's another green bloat. And also, of course, it's another dead end. How does he do it? How does he do it? There we go. All right. Time to go to the only other direction we can. Amazing. How does he do it? Etc., etc. Saw Blue Candle consume the Ipecac shot. Dude, the rooms that we're getting are just horrible. Ellie Jelly saved us from getting double tapped there. And this is a direct result of us doing a full clear. Had we had mapping and we would have gone the right way, none of these hits would have happened. We would have taken significantly less damage. We would have been done with the run by now. It's honestly insane how dialed up this chest has been with all these boss encounters. I mean, the random rare ones that you don't see that often. It's not over yet. We still got to get past Blue Baby, so we're stumbling across the finish line here, but man, if this one doesn't qualify as a crawl, I'm not sure what it does. It's about as close to a crawl as it can get. Definitely a struggle bus. Why did the tears... Why did they reverse themselves there at the end? Weird. At least it looked weird. Okay, pushed him to phase 2. You got him. The game is pulling out all the stops right now, dude. Get me out of this run. I'm never going to play this run again. Never going to talk about this run again. And wow, that was That was a struggle Saturday if I've ever seen one. But if you enjoyed this episode, everybody, click the like button. Those of you crawl enjoyers, you're eating good this week, I gotta say. So thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. And as always, I'll see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Like things with pages of mine like Barman1988, Kotoryu, and RageGod91. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find at patreon.com/Invicta.